You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. A crash early Sunday morning claimed the life of one in Hazel Township. Emergency responders were called to 329 Airport Road around 1:30 Sunday morning and found a vehicle that had crashed into a building. One person was ejected from the vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. The road was down to one lane for at least 3 hours as state police controlled traffic. The name of the victim has not been released at this time. Dads weren't the only ones celebrating this Sunday, as Hazleton area grads held their own pandemic-style celebration. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has more.
This Father's Day, some dads of the Hazleton area were able to share in celebration as Cougar-proud fathers for their child's high school graduation. Here outside the Hazleton Area School Administration Office, the class of 2020 gathered in vehicles for a tribute parade, honoring their academic achievement. COVID-19 caused countless heartache this year, robbing seniors of graduation moments that are traditionally cherished. However, the district tapped into their own creativity and joined the movement nationwide to give seniors a proper, well-deserved send-off, pandemic style. Keeping the health and safety of participants and spectators in mind, Hazleton Area School District brought both West Hazleton Borough and the City of Hazleton administration on board this graduation tribute. Each graduate was encouraged to rock their cap and gown to ride along the parade route, socially distant in their own individual vehicles. And those spectating were asked to do the same while standing along the parade route. The parade began from the administration parking lot and looped around the local area, coming back onto 23rd Street and passing the Career Center, and finally, the high school. A multitude of different cars, trucks, and motorcycles made their way along, with grads being able to wave to the public and receive the recognition they deserve for their hard work. From all of us here at WYLN News, we want to wish a congratulations to the Hazleton area class of 2020. Times are tough right now, so of course we feel for you guys. But moments like these are rare in history, so don't forget to feel blessed. Even fighting through all of this coronavirus craziness, you made it. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck in taking your next big steps into the world. Reporting from the Hazleton Area High School with WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. Volunteers from a United Methodist Church came to the aid of Gilberton flood victims. Disaster ministry volunteers from the United Methodist Church's Eastern Pennsylvania Conference met in the flood-ravaged borough of Gilberton Saturday to coordinate a cleanup effort. The disaster response coordinator said the organization will request a $10,000 solidarity grant through UMCOR to help out residents affected by the flooding. The disaster team's expected to stay in the area for several weeks. Police in Luzerne County are searching for a missing Wilkes-Barre girl. Ileanis Santiago reportedly went missing early Saturday morning around 3 from a home on Almond Lane. She was last seen wearing a yellow jacket, gray shirt, and gray pants. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the Wilkes-Barre Police Department. And the mayor of Wilkes-Barre is researching ways to get funding for purchasing body cameras for the city's entire police force. Mayor George Brown wants to find funds so that the 81-member police department can be equipped with the cameras. Brown's already put 2 members of his administration on the hunt to find the money for the officers. Body cams have been found useful, holding police accountable, assisting them with writing reports, and submitting video evidence. Brown will continue researching body cam policies currently in use and consulting with experts to find the best fit for their police department. A West Hazleton man was indicted last Thursday by a federal grand jury for drug trafficking and firearms offenses. 33-year-old Randall Bruton Scott was charged with distributing over 28 grams of crack cocaine in both May and June of 2019. He was also charged with being a felon in possession of firearms and ammunition. The matter was investigated by the ATF, Luzerne County Drug Task Force, and West Hazleton Police Department. A Wilkes-Barre police officer was injured during a scuffle with a hospital patient Sunday. Police were called to Geisinger South when 58-year-old Jesus Briganti of Plymouth was attempting to leave. When police tried to confront him, he allegedly punched one officer in the face. Other officers and hospital staff stepped in to get Briganti under control. The injured officer sustained bruises to the face and eye, as well as a laceration to his hand. Briganti was charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, resisting arrest, and harassment. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison for lack of $15,000 bail. Pennsylvania State Police are asking for the public's help finding a suspect accused of drug violations. Troopers pulled over 21-year-old Christopher Petrides last Thursday for a vehicle code violation. There, he was found to be in possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and a stolen weapon. Petrides fled on foot during the traffic stop, and PSP believe he may be in the Poconos. Anyone with information is being asked to call PSP at 610-681-1850. An arrest warrant was issued for an Ashland man accused of assaulting a man and hitting a dog with a baseball bat. State police say 41-year-old Daniel Leary struck a man and the man's dog with a bat in the 1500 block of Walnut Street Saturday morning. The victim sustained injuries to his arm and hand. Leary faces charges of aggravated assault and cruelty to animals. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is being asked to call Frackville PSP at 570-874-5300. Luzerne County Council is expected to vote on a proposed lawsuit settlement in the death of a Luzerne County inmate. The suit alleges that correction officers violated the civil rights of Shaheen Mackey, who died after suffering a medical episode back in June of 2018. Officers allegedly restrained him and administered Narcan, even though he wasn't on drugs, and failed to recognize that Mackey was suffering from a seizure. The officers were cleared of any wrongdoing, and the lawsuit was brought by the estate of Mackey. Council scheduled to discuss the proposed settlement during an executive session before Tuesday night's council meeting. Coming up on Wyln News, several anesthesia teams set to quit by the end of June. Plus, the Phillies are catching more than just baseballs. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Charlie. I am 8, and here is your weather forecast for the week.
Ting O here, physical therapist at Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. And hopefully very soon, we're all going to be getting out again once Pennsylvania starts to reopen in Northeast Pennsylvania. We're going to be able to get out to start enjoying the sunshine of the summer. But what you have to remember and be careful of is if you're anything like a lot of people, we've been sitting at home sedentary over the last couple of months. When you get back to your activities again, think about maybe taking it a little slower the first few times that you do it. Maybe pace yourself. Do maybe about 50% of what you normally do. This way you get your body prepared again for activity. Stay hydrated, make sure you wear good shoes, and be sure to listen to your body. Because if you're starting to do activities and you're getting real sore, this might mean when you stop an hour later when you cool down, your body is going to start to hurt. When you get back out again, enjoying your activities, be sure to pace yourself. This way you don't hurt yourself and ruin your summer, which hopefully will be beautiful this year.
Wyln TV 35 and the Lehigh Valley Health Network are recognizing our area's everyday heroes Thursdays on the Wyln News Facebook page. Every single person, young or old, has the potential to be an everyday hero through simple acts of courage, kindness, and love. So don't delay, spread the word, and nominate your everyday hero by sending us a picture and short message at our website or through our Facebook page at facebook.com/WYLN News. Let's shine some light on our everyday heroes.
Anesthesia teams at several area hospitals plan to quit by the end of June amid a dispute over reconciliation payments to their company's employer. North American Partners in Anesthesiology, or NAPA, is accusing Commonwealth Health of breaking its promise to pay for work exceeding the base pay described in their agreement, while Commonwealth claims that NAPA's being greedy. NAPA claims the hospitals refused to reconcile about $5 million worth of payments and originally wanted to break off by the end of May. Commonwealth sued to stop them from leaving in the middle of a pandemic, leading both parties to agree that NAPA sticks around until June 30th. Commonwealth is a subsidiary of Community Health Systems, or CHS, which is one of the largest for-profit health systems in the U.S. The Hazleton City Authority will reopen its office today, with some safeguards that were added for the public. Meanwhile, authority staff members who have been working staggered shifts will return to regular schedules today. Customers can pay their bills or ask questions once again at the office. Sanitizing dispensers will be around the office, and customers will be limited to 4 at a time to maintain that social distance. A drop box will be available for people who prefer to not enter the building. PennDOT's reminding its customers that they can start scheduling skills test appointments online. The skills test was modified to mitigate potential exposure of PennDOT staff and customers while maintaining the integrity of the testing process. The biggest change is that all customers and accompanying drivers must wear appropriate masks during testing. PennDOT authorized third-party testers are also available for non-commercial testing as well. Any customer in need of an appointment for a skills test, including motorcycle skills tests, can now schedule online by visiting dmv.pa.gov or by contacting their call center at 717-412-5300. 5 Phillies players and 3 staff members recently tested positive for coronavirus while training at the team's facility in Clearwater, Florida. The outbreak comes as numbers of cases continue to spike all over Florida, and that Phillies spring training complex has been closed for the time being. However, none of the 8 infected were hospitalized, and the virus appears to be under control in all of them. This is the first known outbreak in the MLB, and it's not known if the situation will affect union negotiations to allow for a shortened season to begin in July. A priest who championed for the poor and needy at the Diocese of Scranton has passed away. Monsignor Donald McAndrews was the executive director of Catholic Social Services from 1961 to 1992. He also founded the St. Vincent de Paul Kitchen in Wilkes-Barre. He was a native of Archibald and ordained a priest in 1954. He co-founded Ecumenical Enterprises, a nonprofit provider of nursing homes and low-income housing in Luzerne County. Bishop Joseph Bambera said McAndrews was a selfless priest who devoted his life bringing God to his people. Monsignor McAndrews died Thursday at 91 years old while in Allied Services Hospice in Scranton. Coming up on St. Clair's News Choice, we bring back our talk with Mary Malone on small business donations in Community and You. Plus, another coronavirus cancellation for you. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporty clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information. Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. I'm Julia Wiegand, and today with us via iPad, practicing that new way of the world, we have Mary Malone, not only the president of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, but also part of the big Greater Hazleton COVID-19 Recovery and Resiliency Task Force. What a mouthful. How are you doing today, Mary?
I'm good, and I agree about the mouthful.
Well, at least you guys are keeping an R&R for short. Now,
yes.
We're here today to talk a little bit about the Small Business Emergency Relief Micro Grant Program, yet another mouthful, but it seems that the basis and the idea of it is pretty simple. So what's it all about?
We are finally kind of pivoting and looking to what will be the new normal and the needs of not only chamber members, but also small businesses in the Greater Hazleton area. So the first step was a small business survey that we sent out. We have lots of different folks. The task force, the R&R task force, is actually being led by Krista Schneider from the Downtown Alliance for Progress, and asked all small businesses to give us their perspective and their viewpoint on what the pandemic and COVID-19 had meant to their small business and operations. So one of the immediate pieces that came out of that survey, which we did know, we have so many long-standing family businesses in the Greater Hazleton area. And even those businesses open for 10 years or better, we're struggling with the financial impact. So through the Main Street program, Krista and some others on the task force had done some investigation. And I think in this day and age, a lot of folks are familiar with the concept of a GoFundMe or crowdfunding. And we became aware of a specific platform that is meant for community projects, and that's the Patronize City. And so what we did was establish a small business relief micro grant. And the intention was whether any small businesses in the Greater Hazleton area with a storefront, that maybe it's rent, maybe it's utilities, maybe it's for payroll purposes, or maybe they are going to need to buy masks, whether it's for their employees or for their customers. Maybe they are thinking about and considering the chance to put up an e-commerce or consider e-commerce or a website, or build a different piece to the current website that they have. So this week we launched the actual crowdfunding page, and with a goal of raising $75,000 for businesses in the Greater Hazleton area, small businesses, which for our purposes we've defined as 20 employees or under. And there'll be an application, and the micro grant will be between $500 and $1,500. And those businesses will be able to go online and apply for it. That will actually open up next week for those businesses.
Now we hear all about what you guys are doing, and you guys are doing a lot for the small businesses during these tough times. How can we help? How can the people help out there?
So the great thing is we've had some exceptional larger companies, leaders step up, including Can Do, Lehigh Valley Hospital, Cargill, the Standard Speaker, and even the local Hazleton Rotary Club to kind of start off and be lead gifts there. But individuals can also So $10 or $20, again, to get to that $75,000 goal. So we always hear the mantra about shop local, support local. Well, here's your chance. Make the donation now, and then those businesses, a lot of them will need some inventories to start back up again and reopen their doors. So these dollars will be used towards those kind of pieces. So we're asking anyone in the greater Hazleton area, individuals, a family, a civic organization, to consider going to the website for Patronize City and making a small donation towards that. If you don't want to do an online donation, we also have pledge forms that are available, and you can actually mail a check, and you can check the Chamber's website or Can Do. And we'll also be blasting out across all of our social media platforms too. But here's the chance for our community to support small businesses. I know when my girls were growing up and they played on some local sports teams or had fundraising for events, it's always those small businesses, those longtime family traditions that we go to for a gift card and they're always there for us. Now's our chance to be there for them.
Yes, it is. This is definitely the time. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today, Mary.
I appreciate the opportunity. I hope everyone stays safe. The whole thought of crowdfunding is that together we can raise that $75,000 goal or exceed it and help small businesses right here in the greater Hazleton area community.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, keep your small businesses in mind. They're struggling too, and you can help. We'll see you next time here on Wyln.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
We've seen the concern in your eyes. You're scared, nervous, want to know if it's safe. The answer is yes. At LVHN, you'll see the extraordinary steps we take to get you the care you need safely. You'll see all our facilities are COVID safe, temperature checks for everyone, that we sanitize every surface. And yes, you'll see that masks are required. What we look forward to seeing is relief in your eyes. Lehigh Valley Health Network. Your health deserves a partner.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
The 2020 Luzerne County Fair's been canceled thanks to COVID. The fair, originally scheduled for September 9th through 13th this year, won't be held at the Lehman Township County Fairgrounds until next year. The Fair Committee felt the decision was made in the interest of public safety and well-being. They also felt it'd be nearly impossible to operate the fair in accordance with a max of 250 people allowed for gatherings in green phase counties. However, the fair will be back stronger than ever in 2021. The American Eagle Foundation partnered up with Yuengling to release eagles into the wild this past Saturday morning. An eaglet named Logger was released in honor of the partnership during the 8-hour stream that began around 10 a.m. Saturday. The Logger's an iconic beer associated with America's oldest brewery, just like the iconic bald eagles associated with the U.S. Earlier this year, the partnership created limited edition AEF lager cans with the two symbols to help raise awareness for AEF's conservation efforts. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN. Stay with us. Look at today's weathers next right here on WYLN TV.
We've seen the concern in your eyes. You're scared, nervous, want to know